No, it's not a good morning. Have a look at this mess. Look at it. We had the howling winds last night, folks. You're watching this in the morning or whatever time you are. It's the afternoon here. The day, well, after the winds we had last night, 4 in the morning. It's so destructive. I reckon at least 100, 120k an hour winds. Look, compared to what's happened to other parts of the state, we got away pretty easy with it. I know it's frustrating, to say the least. I'm trying to be polite about it, that it's caused this sort of damage. But look, our health's well, our safety's there. We're caring about our safety, our well-being is all good. Now we just got to fix this. But you know what the funny thing is? I was going to do a segment on tying up plants. And I didn't come. Look, I knew there was going to be damage out here in the garden. Look at the broad. Come over here. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, just look at here. Yeah, all the broad beans. All right. Look at that. Look at this. It's like a bloody elephant came and sat in the middle of them. Literally just sat down in the bloody middle of them. Well, we're going to fix them now, aren't we? I was actually going to talk about tying. Well, here's a road test for this tool, folks. Crazy segue, I know. This is, I don't even know what you call it properly. Tape tool. They call it a tape tool. There's different models of it. This is actually the, I reckon this is more the residential version of it. There are more expensive ones in the market. This isn't quite expensive for what it does. It has a roll of tape inside. It's got staples in it. And the idea is to be able to tape up your plants. Now, grabs the tape, see that? There. Now this opening centre part here is where you put your plant or your garden stake, or your plant with your garden stake. For example, my fingers will be the roll, play the roll of a garden stake, and I've closed it on top, press hard, cuts it off, leaves a staple on it. How cool is that, huh? Now you can do it as tight or as loose as you like. Just put that in here. For example, this is what I've got to do today. I can't ignore this. This wasn't part of my daily task. So close it without pressing too hard, grabs the tape, push it around the stake, clip it on. Do a couple of times like that. You just got to be careful of the beans. Done. That's how easy it is to tie up. Now this, ideally, you know, the commercial growers use it on grapevines, climbing plants like tomatoes, and even the growers for the ornamental plants like your climbing plants, your jasmines and your star jasmines and your clematis plants. This is what they use to tie them up onto those little bamboo stakes. When you go to your local garden centre, and even your citrus trees or fruit trees with little stakes. So you can go around the stem of the citrus tree or the fruit tree and tie it up to the stake. You know, this is blown over, but the 6-way cane connector hasn't moved with the with the wildlife-friendly bird netting. So thinking that it's going to be quite a little bit unstable. I mean, look at that; it does wobble. So that gave for the wind to pass through, but it hasn't blown it over. Anyway, this is going to be available on our website, folks. We've only got about 90 units of this. That's all that's left in Australia. Got them all, so we can pass them around. Anybody does a lot of growing tomato stakes, especially vines, as you just saw, I can tie it up here. Come over here, I'll show you what you can do with the framework here in this case. So some of these haven't broken, they've just folded. Hold them up, right, go around. You're going to sacrifice some of the flowers. Better to sacrifice some of the plant than lose the entire plant. There it is there. Click again, do it on there like that. Real simple, real quick. You can use Jolly Tie, and you can see I've tied them up at the bottom to hold them up, but because of all the fruit, the pods that are coming on, they've become so top heavy that they are unable to stand up on their own against the high winds especially. So this is a great way. You see how quick I'm doing it? I'm sacrificing some leaves, but that's not going to hurt the plant. Leaving it on the ground the way it is what's going to hurt it. Not too bad, eh? The best part of 2 minutes to tie it up with this tool here, the tape tool, folks. It's the easiest way to tie up your plants, climbing plants, trees, and whatever you like. We are running a special because it's our long weekend, Melbourne Cup that is. So we're running a 4-day sale. It's 44% off everything online, including the tool. And the coupon code word is STORM, folks, because we just went through a major storm. Now, if you thought this was damaging, this is nothing. Let me show you something else. This is going to break my heart and your heart and everyone's heart. Just want to cry. Can you believe this? Both of them. Both of them. We wait 10, 15 years, once in a lifetime for this plant to flower, folks. once in a lifetime. And the gods above open up on us, right on time. Oh, talk about staking, folks. Look at this, look at the damage. It's broken at 1, 2, and the base here, and this is so heavy. Oh yeah, solid as. Look at the flowers. Oh, the poor flowers. I can't believe this has happened, really, I can't. We've had these two snapped off at the top. We've had a tree come down, half a tree come down at my son's place, a locust. Made a mess there, that's split in half, we've got to fix that. I haven't even ventured out to the other side where all the advanced trees are, and I'm not ready for it. I've got to fix my broad beans, finish it off with this tape tool that I have, and it's a great tool, but yeah, I just got to get out there and clean up. If you've got anything that's broken in your garden, if it's folded, folks, like it hasn't snapped off completely, you may have a chance to revive it, bring it back to surface and let it settle down, but you need to tape it up, you need to stake it up properly. If it has snapped off and there's just, you know, half or less that's broken off, you've pretty much got a good chance of it surviving. But if 3/4 have broken off from the stem and there's only a little bit of skin holding on the bark, that is, yeah, just cut it off completely. That will never heal properly. It'll always be a weak joint there in the plant. So up to half snap, it's repairable. Anything above that, you know, make the hard decision and cut it off. But in the case of this rose here, folks, this one snapped more than 50%. We quickly taped that up, and a year later, well, this was a year ago, it's still going strong. So you can salvage your plant if it's broken, and it depends on the type of plant and how severe and how much damage has been caused. We were quick enough to get to this one here, so tape it up nice and firm, stake it up so it's rigid and it can heal properly. You know what, folks, we're just lucky that it didn't actually fall on the house. It fell there and on this side here. It looks like it may have fallen once upon a time, but there's nothing left. Cut them off, clean them up. Now I know why it's falling apart here, because there's a borer in here. Yeah, look at the sawdust. Look what it's done. It just weakens the branch. This is all gone, so this branch has to go completely. Folks, if you've got borers in your tree, get an expert out there to investigate it properly and make the analysis whether it is or isn't and what treatment you've got to take to control it. Sometimes they can treat it, or sometimes you just got to get the little chainsaw or the big chainsaw, maybe the bigger chainsaw, and cut it off. There's a whole bloody colony in here. Butchie boys, ants, borers. Look at that, in here. He's just gone hiding in there, look at him. Look at all those cavities they've created. You wonder why trees fall, especially with these winds. There's no chance they'd survive these high winds. Eventually this tree was going to come down anyway. All right, now we've got to deal with this. I'm going to cut this off. I was going to actually try and keep this and close it off, but they got in here. Now, there's no signs on the outside that they got into this tree, and I can't see any, you know, sawdust on the outside. They're in there. Well, let's just cut this off and see what happens. You reckon? Nah. That needs a bolt. We're just going to cut this off, folks, and then we're going to fill it in. That's all we're going to do. Yep, that's the only way. Well, folks, these are the experiences we go through with nature. Mother Nature wants to do what she does best. Give us a nice little slap to wake us up and realise that we're so insignificant in the whole scheme of things, or life in this world. But when we dumb it down to the situations like this, and we can see we've got borers in there, we're going to have to do something to treat it, because it's a beautiful tree. Love the flowers, but unfortunately it's very unstable, structurally unstable at the moment. I mean, it's not moving. It's just this branch here has obviously broken away easily because they've hollowed out the center of it. Stay tuned, we're going to do a little segment on how to clean this up and backfill it and bog it up and seal it off, so give the tree a fighting chance to keep growing bigger and stronger. In the meantime, check out our website, vasilisgarden.com. 44% off everything online for 4 days. We got it running, and the coupon code word is STORM. Remember that? And check out the tape tool. It's a great little tool. There's only 90 there available. All at vasilisgarden.com. From me, Vasili, Maresi, not so much this, But, you know, we've got to do what we've got to do.